Hi, Dr. Matt Grant's on point. And that's one another thing I realized that God is making us more like Jesus. He's making us more like Jesus. That's the ultimate goal in being in Jesus Christ. That's the high calling that Paul talked about in Jesus Christ. That he's making us more like Jesus. So, like Jesus, we gotta hold our peace. We can't get so mad and upset, and we can't get so emotional, and we cannot get so in a mode where we get fearful or we get doubting or we worry. We gotta be still, like David said, I believe, or the Psalm said, "Be still and know that He's God." Now, be still and know that God means that's a peace. Being still is just waiting on the Lord, like Isaiah said, "Those that wait on the Lord, He shall renew their strength." Is waiting on the Lord until the Lord speaks, and it's even in your spirit. Because I don't believe not only we could pray physically, but we could pray in our spirit. And there's a time to pray in the spirit in our minds, and then there's a time to pray out loud. Because that's why Paul would say, "Speak those things that be not as though they were." He's telling you to speak the word. Because sometimes the enemy will attack you, and if you just speaking it in your spirit is not good enough. You have to proclaim it. And part of the Bible that talks about that is when Moses talked about that, proclaim liberty to all that have it. So that's what they had in that Ten Commandment movie. Proclaim liberty to all that have it. And how do you proclaim liberty? Well, Paul goes back saying, wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. So the Spirit of the Lord is in the Word of the Lord. The Spirit of God is in the Word of the God. It's in obeying and trusting God. And so when we speak the Word of God, the enemy has to flee. When you proclaim the Word of God, there's liberty in the Word of God. And that's what the Lord does. He's making us more like Jesus. And so when we be still know that He's God, we'll get to the point where we're saying, "God, what do we do? God, what do we say? God, what do you want us to do?" And remember, Jesus said He'll tell you what to say. He'll tell you what to do. And the same thing He said to the disciples and the apostles in the first church, He's saying to us, God will speak to us. He will talk to us. Remember Jesus said that He will come and sup with them? Now, it's not like the Lord would actually eat with us, but He would talk to us like almost like when we think of family and stuff. Remember how family have great conversations over a meal? I said, if you walk in the Spirit so well, God will just, you could be eating a meal and God would just be speaking to you like He's right in front of you. Like He's just right there with you wherever you are at. Even if you're in prison, even if you're wherever you are, He'll meet you right there. And He will speak to you as clear as day. That's what my grandmother said. As clear as day, He will speak to you. You may not see Him, but you will know His voice. And even a part of faith. Faith comes by hearing the Word of God. That's how you know you have faith. That's how you know your faith is secure, when you know that God is speaking to you, when you know that God is talking to you.